Okay, my mic's on because apparently I need a team of people not in my own head to tell me when my mic is on or off. Anyway, howdy hey, hello, heidi ho, welcome to the stream. We are the Xanity system. You can learn more about that below. We have provided many resources and explanations about why I interchange between I and we. For me, myself, and I, there is nobody else in the room unless it's my cat. Today we are playing more Infectious Madness of Doctor Dekker. It is our third stream of this game. Everyone in chat is welcome and invited to ask questions that we can then ask the people that we are interviewing to try and solve the mystery. We plan to stream for about 3 hours today, about every 60-ish 60, 70 minutes, we're going to take a break, which is a good time for you guys to take a break. And if you feel like checking out other streamers but didn't have the courage, you can do that during break too. We are newly an affiliate, so we do have some emotes, custom emotes available to our subscribers. That we actually made ourselves, which I can throw up in chat in just a minute. Our schedule is going to be a little bit different than usual for those of you who regularly come in. We will not be streaming tomorrow or Sunday, but we will be back Monday the 6th. Planning to do it about the same time, 2 p.m. And then we'll be back Friday the 10th, and then Sunday the 12th. And, you know, if you check out our socials, we're trying to keep the Twitch schedule updated as well. That will give you the best idea. Both on our Mastodon and our Twitter, we have pinned the posts that list all of the month's streams, times, and days. So we look forward to seeing you guys then, even though it's a irregular time schedule. What else? What else? What else? You know what? Nothing else. Game time. That's what it is. It's game time. All right. So the game does have some music for itself. And I also made a mistake with the space heater and I put it on top of me, so I'm going to move it real quick. Okay, alright. I have now moved the space heater. The game has sound. I have sound. You guys can ideally hear me and the weird noise in the background. This is how far we are so far. So far, we're this far. Farty far. We are, I think, in Act 2. We've asked over 706 questions. So far, we've only gotten 38 out of 263 answers. Our overall progress in the entire game is only 20%, and in the current act, we're 7%, and we've used 9 hints. I don't think using hints count against us negatively in any way, so anytime that we're utterly stumped, we can use hints pretty much whenever we want. And, you guys are definitely invited to come and ask whatever questions that you think that we should ask the people that we're talking to in this game. So I want to show you guys the achievements that we've gotten so far. There's plenty of achievements yet to get, but so far we've played for over 4 hours, got the part-timer. We've asked over 250 questions, over 500 questions, which gives us committed. And we've revealed over 100 keywords. Now, there are keywords. So, as the audience, and as people who are helping me ask these questions, pay attention to any words that are bolded or highlighted when the patients are speaking. That gives us a clue as to what to ask next.
At midnight each day, day.
On Valentine's night.
Time as you know it freezes.
20 minutes past 10. Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home. David is my husband. All on my lonesome. Stabbed him with a steak knife.
Nothing changes.
I'm a qualified angel of death when I'm dancing.
You get this day over and over.
Hilda.
I black out.
I don't think she's got long.
And the lorry just...
Naked on the beach. Is that it for today?
Okay. So for those of you who haven't been here before, we have talked to all these patients. We actually had context for what everybody was just saying. If you want to recap at any time, just let me know. I'll help break it down, and we can re-listen to and re-watch patient responses of that day as many times as we need to. So there is that also. The clues that we have so far, we have the Alderby footage, which I can play for you in a second, but I want to kind of give you a breakdown if you haven't seen this yet, or if you forgot because it's been a while. I know I tend to forget and need that little touch up, that little memory juice. This is the list of patients that we have. You'll notice that there's little dots to the left. Which I might actually be able to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. A little bit easier to see, hopefully. Okay. Alright, so you'll see these little dots next to people's names. Yellow means that we've found all of the important things, and we can move on. Green means that we found everything. Like, we figured out everything about this person and their knowledge that we need to know. And I would love to get to green, but so far playing this game, I have not uncovered a single green dot. If it's red, it means that we cannot progress in the game without asking more questions. So, if at any point you guys think that you want to talk to another patient, let me know, and we can swap over to them. We can swap over between patients as many times as we need to, and I tend to do that just to help my brain, because sometimes sticking on one person for too long, my brain gets all bogged down. But let's talk to Mariana, seeing as she's right here anyway. And then you'll see that there are asterisks. I don't know if you guys can see it on your screens, but next to a lot of these questions will be a little asterisk, and that means that we can ask more questions about that and discover more.
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
I'm currently supposed to ask questions about that, so I'm going to listen to that again and pay attention to the words on the bottom to see if anything's highlighted.
But no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
I see nothing significant about that. Okay. Have you had any guests? She says that she has no friends, which a lot of these people say they have no friends.
Don't know. It's cold in here.
Would you like a sweater?
No idea.
Okay, that's apparently not relevant. Have you had any blackouts since we talked last?
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts. New doctor and new hope.
Cool.
You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
I give her more hope. Do you miss the beach? Oh, she's answered that one already.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session. Kind of missed it.
And I asked her, missed it, how?
You do something a lot, you're gonna miss it. I suspect I'll go back there soon, but it's helped with the blackouts.
Okay, it's helped with the blackouts. She said I'm much better behaved, which I think she answered already.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
Nope. Who did Dr. Dekker date?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
But you say you don't drink.
Shh.
That made me uncomfortable. That made me very uncomfortable. Okay, I remember one of the previous times we were talking to her, she insisted she doesn't drink alcohol. How do you go out for drinks? What did you drink? What did you?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
That's a problem. Oh, are the keywords in
We went
here?
out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Okay. When else have you been persuasive?
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
Okay. And the pencil showed up. I thought Mariana said she didn't drink. Agreed. Yeah. Doctor in-game and player of game are both like, what? Hey, Rez. Yeah, you should definitely play it. The longer and longer we play it, the more Lovecraftian themes show up. It definitely has Cthulhu green. How are you doing? And welcome in. Let's see. Thought you didn't drink.
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day. It wasn't a date or anything. I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange. He just didn't seem right. I wanted to find out what was wrong.
Huh. I'm glad you're doing all right, Rez. Yeah, definitely throw it on your wish list and wait for it to get on sale at a price you want to buy it. That's how I do everything. And like, sometimes I like just stacking up games I might never even play just so I have the option. Not Cthulhu at all with the necklace. Well, and then there's a bunch of different patients to ask questions to.
Welcome. You're welcome.
Welcome to my life.
Well, thank you, Kingdom Balance. I appreciate that. My emotes are working a little slow, or there would be a bunch of hearts floating around my head to indicate how much I appreciate. But I cannot find that setting in my avatar thingy thing, what it is right now. Oh, but there's also other patients in here that have had different experiences and say different things. And I think it was Lacey was actually driving me insane last time we interviewed her because she had a very Cthulhu experience. And it was just... She basically saw a dead body and then didn't do anything about it. It was very weird. Very weird. All the hype. I appreciate you guys. I'm trying to figure out where the line is between, oh my god, thank you for the sub, but not being overwhelming. You guys are awesome. Thank you, chat. Thank you very much. Making my day. Okay, so Hold on, I need a minute. Welcome to stream. How are you doing? It can be overwhelming. I don't mind. Well, yeah, thank you. Like, I was not expecting to get affiliates so fast. I was not expecting to get subscribers so fast. And you guys are amazing. And it's really worthwhile to keep coming back to streaming, even if I'm not feeling 100% hype, which I'm sure those of you who know that I dealt with COVID are not surprised that I don't have as much energy. But I think this is a game that's really good for that, because you guys can ask questions if you want. And I can just sit back and listen and not talk over it and conserve my energy if I need to. You're just waiting for COVID, or you're waiting for me to play the game? Aw, thank you for the compliments, Rez. Yeah, I love seeing that the streamers that I like to follow are taking care of themselves. Like, no apologies necessary. If you need a break because you're feeling burnt out, if you need a break because you're feeling sick, if you need a break because something happened with your family, I love seeing people being upfront and being like, no, I need to step back. I'll be back when I can be back. You were waiting for affiliate. Oh, that's cool. You guys are amazing. Kingdom Balance. I'm gonna give both of you guys a shout out. Rez, I don't know what your schedule is, but I know that he likes to play games where chat can interact. And then Kingdom Balance has been super helpful to me. If you are somebody lurking and you're specifically looking for other plurals, other systems to follow, Kingdom Balance is a wonderful one to follow. She's very chill. She plays a lot of indie games. She plays a lot of this, a lot of that. That's actually really cool. Talkative with chat, creative person. So check out these two streamers. They're cool people. Your schedule's not coming back anytime soon, Rez. Okay. Noted. Duly noted. And especially with all the storms hitting the country right now, I expect a lot of people to take a break.
I know, it's pretty hard to believe, isn't it? I feel pretty ugly. But I think I have a nice smile.
Why do you think you're ugly? Rude question to ask, but it was a key word.
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful. It makes me feel dull by comparison.
Interesting. Yeah, no problem, Rez. The people that my brain remembers, I do like to check up on them. Like, huh, it's been a while since I've heard from them, and they were really nice to me. I hope they're okay. And then we've fallen into this habit of watching a lot of meteorologists on YouTube, so we're seeing like a lot of the breakdowns of the radar maps and stuff like that. And I take note of where people are across the country and across the world, because I've always wanted to travel the world. And just knowing that there's other people living in these places that know what it's like to be there piques my interest, so I tend to remember really easily where people are from. Hey, don't worry about it. Like, it's hard to think about checking up on people, let alone like do it, for so many reasons, because it takes energy, and then you reach out and figure out what's the best way to reach out to them, and it's a thing. She thinks she's ugly because when she sees something else pretty, she feels dull by comparison. Dr. Dekker also dated his patients. You were born during a hurricane, Rez? I can see it not bothering you. Holy crap. Like, tornado weather doesn't really bother me because I've been in an area where, like, tornadoes will be seen all over the place, but it's never wrecked my life. And we know what to do if there's a tornado. So like I'm one of those idiots. It's like, oh, what do you mean there's a tornado out there? Let me step outside and see for myself.
He went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
She convinced him to take her out for drinks because he was acting weird. How was he acting?
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Like he wanted to push you over the edge? Why would... Oops. Wrong chat. Why would he want to push you over the edge?
I just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to use it. And he urged me to do that. I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
Oh. Oops. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard... I can't remember the name of the game it was also compared to, but there's a few games like it. And I saw a playthrough of this like a few years ago, so I know the different endings, but there are like 6 to 7 different endings that you can have depending on your interactions with these characters. And it can be a little fickle, like if you don't ask the right question or if you don't ask it the right way, the character will be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Which makes for some hilarious dialogue. Her story, yeah, whatever they are, I haven't played them myself. This is the first style of this kind of game that I've played. Like, I played around with the Turing bot when I was a teenager, but that's different, I feel like. Because this is not an AI-based game. There's an exclamation mark on this one. How is he acting weird? So I'm gonna listen to that again.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
You're both on your list, but haven't played either yet. Gotcha. Interesting. She mentioned something about having a power, so I'm gonna ask her what power.
No idea. Is that a dance move?
That was the wrong time to take a sip of coffee. Trying not to pay attention due to spoilers, but I'm gonna lurk, says Lily. No problem. Thank you for hanging out, and definitely, if you don't want it spoiled for you, go ahead and hide. Go anywhere you need to. Thank you so much for coming by, and again, thank you for the subscription. It means a lot. Let's see.
I just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to
hydrate.
use it.
Got it.
And he urged me to do that.
Thank you for the hydrate.
I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
Oh, she doesn't want to talk about it more. So I probably shouldn't press about that. But there's something about her thinking she's ugly. And something about who is the doctor who, like, he's been dating his patients. So we can ask more questions about those things.
Lots of people find me attractive, but I've seen something truly beautiful. It makes me feel dull by comparison.
When she sees something truly beautiful, that was a key word. Truly beautiful? Like what?
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Sorry to
Whoa.
cut you, Doctor. I've just had a phone call from a
Wow.
solicitor. Ben's trying to sue us for nervous shock. Should I go and see
What?
him to talk it out, or should I find a solicitor to
What are you
represent
doing?
us? Sorry to be pushy. I just think we should act quickly before it's too late.
I'm in the middle of a session.
Well, just let me know.
What the hell? That was a jump scare. That was a mild jump scare, but that was a jump scare. Replying to Kingdom Balance. I agree. I'm just gonna leave it. You missed the jump scare? That's fine. It was a very mild jump scare, and I'm gonna go check to see what she has to say. Random Life Unit! Hello? Are you ready for more Doctor Dekker? I remember you telling me earlier this week that you were missing it. Also, how are you doing? If you want to share. No pressure, of course. Why does Ben want to sue us?
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
I think we should try talking it out.
It's very interesting that you asked me that. It's not something I can answer, though.
For sure, Rez, and if you find yourself too busy to come back or too tired or whatever, don't worry about it. And yeah, if you want to avoid spoilers, I understand. I have art stream on Monday, which should be spoiler free if you want to like sit and chill while I draw. But it was so great having you by. Thank you so much for swinging in. Stay safe, and it'll be hilarious if you die by hurricane, but don't die soon, okay? Well, nothing nudie. I don't always know what I'm going to draw on a given day. Sometimes I just work on my bee avatars. Take care, Rez. Random Life Unit says, glad y'all are feeling well enough to face the mysteries of Dr. Dekker. Yeah, we're feeling a lot better. We're still not feeling great. But it's, we're in that kind of mood where this is a relaxing enough game. It doesn't require us to pay 100% attention 100% of the time, unlike some more fast-paced games, so it also gives us plenty of time to like sit and chat with you guys, and we've definitely missed sitting on stream and chatting with everybody. Like, everybody's lovely.
Should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Alright, and I suggest that we should try talking it out. We should talk it out.
Good choice. I'll go and see Ben to see if I can get him to call off the dogs. I have no idea what's gotten into him. Perhaps it's his mum.
What about Ben?
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
Hydration, even though nobody used it. Wow, she's introducing a whole dynamic I was not ready for. That's good. It's fun to watch and listen. Awesome. Good. Because some people have already said concerning things. Like, we learned that Mariana went out for drinks with Dr. Dekker because he was acting weird. He was like, she felt like he was pushing her over the edge on purpose.
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea.
Cuddling is
But
bad,
don't
I
know you that well
guess.
yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
Intimate secrets was a key word, and I don't want to ask about that. Like, if this wasn't a video game, I'd be like, okay, you want to wait a while, I'll respect it. But the game is like, by the way, don't respect that. Obviously, you should ask about the thing that they asked you not to ask about. Yeah, cuddling is bad, I guess. I mean, like, if you have safe parents, there's really no age where you have to stop cuddling your parent. Like, that should always be a safe space. But not all parents are cool like that. That's interesting. She's the one who's pretty flirty, too. She is pretty flirty. She is definitely flirty. Is that so? Do you also think that she's flirty, Thomas? That's my cat. Yeah, hi. He's decided to be part of stream today.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
Random Life Unit says, hi, kitty kitty. I'm giving him a treat right now, which none of you guys can see, but I'm letting you know the feline is getting some treats for being a very good boy. I mean, yelling in the middle of the stream isn't good boy behavior, but he still deserves treats. Oh, what should we ask her?
I just felt like I had some kind of special power. And part of me wanted to use it. And he urged me to do that. I don't want to say any more about it, not now.
No keywords popped up in there. Treats are very important. What special power?
I'm a shape-shifting vampire werewolf. I said I didn't want to talk about it. What is it you're thinking about when you're not listening to me?
I just got scolded.
I have a recurring dream where I find something beautiful in the sea. But I don't know you that well yet, Doctor. Let's wait a while before I tell you my most intimate secrets.
That's it. You gotta ask, what intimate secrets? Whoa, that was unexpected.
Is our session up now?
Oh, I upset her. Did you feel safe with Doctor? Is it already time for a break? It's a little early for a break, but it couldn't hurt. Oh, and apparently I should play with you a little, huh?
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
We already asked about the drinks. Like, she doesn't drink. What did he say over drinks?
Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
Ah, that makes more sense. How did the date go? Ah, heck.
Nope.
Yeah, she did say she doesn't drink, but she also just said that she drank water when she went out for drinks with Dr. Dekker. So, it checks out. Although I wouldn't know what we could do if she was lying anyway, you know. Let's see. We were able to ask more questions about this. It's down to 1 asterisk. Never mind, there's a delay. Got it. Yeah, streams can delay a lot between chat and what I see, what you guys hear, what you guys see and hear. Oh, kitty. What? It's not even close to dinner time. Let's see. She's not going to talk about her intimate secrets or her special power. Let's see what the other patients are like. See, we still need to ask her more questions. She's still in the red. His little meows are so cute. Everybody thinks your loudmouth is cute, Thomas. Wait until I figure out how to get a cat cam. And everybody will say your face is cute, too. One more treat for the loud boy. Jaya came in upset about Ben. He wanted to sue us. We should talk to. What about Ben's mom? What else should I ask? Who did Dr. Dekker date?
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
So we can ask her what she thinks about all the patients. And that's a good question, Random Life Unit. Why was it bad that his mom was cuddling? Jaya, why did it bother you that a mother was cuddling a 25? Why was his mom cuddling him?
I don't know about that, Doctor.
Okay. Why do you care about Ben's mom?
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
I don't think there's any more that we could get from that with Ben's mom. But it is about 10 minutes from the hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and take a break right now. I'll turn up the background music for you guys, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. I'm going to spend some time playing with my cat, because he seems like he needs extra attention. I'm going to grab a snack. And then we'll meet right back here. Feel free to get up, stretch, get some water, check out other streamers if you feel like it. Or don't go anywhere if you feel like it. We'll be back soon to play another hour of Doctor Dekker. welcome back, everybody. Good to see you, Mio. Welcome to chat. Kingdom Balance can't hear me right now because they're avoiding all the hey batch. They're avoiding spoilers. There's a lot of streamers that are like, hey, I want to play this, but I want to avoid the spoilers. So, for anybody who hasn't played this game yet, for anybody who's new to this game, and just got into chat, Dr. Dekker has died. It seems he has been murdered, and we are interviewing all of his patients. We have taken over the place of psychiatric doctor for all these patients, and we're trying to understand how they might be diagnosed, what their issues are, and we're trying to understand who killed Dr. Dekker. Was it one of the patients? Was it none of the patients? So chat is very invited to help ask questions, and we can rewatch the answers as many times as we need to. There's even little hints that you can get where if you are rewatching an answer and one of the words is italicized or bolded, that's generally a keyword we can use to dig in and ask more questions. Mio's like, I won't fucking help, but I'll vibe. All's welcome here for sure. Let's see. We were just talking to Jaya. She seems to be our secretary, although I'm suspicious that she's actually a patient. And she's freaking out because one of our patients, Ben, wants to sue us. And he was just in with his mom. So I'm going to review who did Dr. Dekker date, because it turns out Dr. Dekker dated some of his patients. Why Ben sue? What did we do? Yeah, good question, right? Ben, why?
So, should I get a solicitor, or shall we try and talk it out with him?
Something about stress.
Good choice. I'll go and see Ben to see if I can get him to call off the dogs. I have no idea what's gotten into him. Perhaps it's his mum.
Okay. So we don't know exactly what we did. And we can't talk to him right now for whatever reason. She thinks it was his mom that got the idea in his head to sue.
She was cuddling him like he was 6. He's 25.
That's all we got from that. Silence, Ben!
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say. You can ask me. Go on, I'll tell you what I think.
So we can ask her about any of the other patients. What was the other keyword she said? What was the other keyword she said? She went out with drinks with him. He was quiet and solitary. I'm gonna have to re-listen to that in order to know, but let's ask, what do you think about Ben? Achievement unlocked. Day Tripper. Wait. Day Tripper? Hold on, we're gonna go look at the achievements. Day Tripper. Played for 8 hours. Okay. Alright. Alright.
At midnight each day.
On Valentine's night,
Time as you know it freezes.
Oh, it's the
20 minutes
recap.
past 10. Keep up, Doctor.
Thinks we're going to smother her in her sleep.
I'm a grave digger, Doctor.
I was at home. David.
Why is she fucking with the couch so much? She gonna find secrets in there? I wonder. Like, supposedly she's just the secretary, but But all of these people are suspicious. All of these people are suspicious.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you've fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to...
Work late. Keyword work late. He would work late. Which we already knew when we were playing the game previous weeks, is that sometimes he worked late, and he was murdered Valentine's night, like a quarter before 10 p.m. or something like that.
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients, trying to find some kind of order.
Patterns. Secretaries don't fuck with couches that much. Yeah, no, she gives off some control issues. Random Life Unit says that maybe she's just trying to show her ass off. All these patients have inherent attraction to authority figures. That's Oh, my face is red and you guys can't see it. Now I'm flustered. We're talking about booty and I got flustered. He would work late?
We'd work late together on all sorts of things. He was preoccupied with finding patterns in patients. Trying to find some kind of order.
Patterns. What patterns? What patterns? Tell me the patterns.
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had.
Flaunt it if you got it.
Led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Just wish it didn't choke her arms. It is a cute dress. So she was looking for patients. He was looking for patients as common experiences. Common experiences?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid.
Dr. D trying to find order in the chaos. Dr. D's patients giving off major Cthulhu vibes. And like after a while, some of the patients do have common, not necessarily common themes, but stuff that can complement each other. And I'm sorry if there's a click clacking in the background. I'm playing with one of my fidget toys. Heck. What other questions can I ask? I'm also trying to find order in the chaos. What is going on with these patients, for example? We're not even. We haven't made a dent with Jaya yet. Fidget toys for the win! Yeah. Ooh, splotchies. I see a moth, some feet, another moth, a ring. Oh, you see a moth. And feet. So here, I definitely see a ring. Like, I can't see anything but a ring. But right here, I see, like, a moose. Don't get in the way, Jaya. I see a moose. And I see a horse hoof. And I don't know what this is. Over here, on the left. Finally, somebody who likes moths. I'll accept that it's a moth. We can accept that it's a moth, because moths are pretty babies, and a lot of people hate moths. And I understand that, like, their larvae eat wool, and then that's a problem because it's eating clothes or whatever, but there's ways to avoid it. You don't have to hate the moth just because it's gotta eat.
Mainly he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Referral letters! Tell me about the referral letters. Mio enjoys many bugs, but loves moths a lot. Some days I like bugs, some days I don't like bugs. Right now I like certain bugs.
Yes, letters, parking tickets, holiday destinations.
What?
I find those referral letters. He was sure there was a pattern in them.
Leaving cloth offerings outside for the moths. I love that. I like spiders, but it's a double-edged sword. Most of us, like, we like spiders a lot. They're adorable, ingenious, smart little creatures that create very, very pretty webs and keep all the bugs out of my house. But, at, like, age 16, we developed arachnophobia. So it's kind of like when you're afraid of heights, but you insist on standing at the edge of something very tall to look at the view. Like we love spiders, we'll still like interact with them and look at them and stuff, but the adrenaline dump is right there at the same time. It's very awkward. You love woolly bear caterpillars. Woolly bear caterpillars. I don't know if I've seen those. Mio says, I have night terrors about spiders, but I love them. Okay, so you can relate a little bit to I have arachnophobia, but I love spiders. The referral letters. He would look at everything. Vacation days. Were there any? Were there any patterns? That's not going to give me answers.
Mainly, he was searching for a common experience the patients might have had. That's what led them to his office. He'd study everything, even the referral letters.
Oh, those are woolly bear caterpillars. Let me see if I can show people. Maybe it won't let me. Nope, it doesn't want to let me. Go Google woolly bear caterpillar and you'll understand the adorableness that we are all seeing here today. Or click the link, whichever works. Random Life Unit says, spiders are semi-okay. I leave 1 or 2 in the house to catch bugs, but if I see too many, I start killing them. Wolf spiders are a no. We try to move them outside. I think the only thing we might murderate bug-wise are roaches, bedbugs, mosquitoes, and gnats. But even like if it's a housefly, we feel really bad about killing it. We feel bad about killing all of them. But we say sorry.
It hadn't even been a year. He was a quiet, solitary man. A good listener, as I suppose you'd need to be. His confidence did grow as time wore on, but that's what you'd expect after you fitted in. I mainly miss our chats. He used to work late with me and tell me things about the patients, things that I probably shouldn't have heard, but did. What do you think of the patients? Nah, perhaps you shouldn't say.
What do you think about Ben? I probably asked that already. Ben wants to sue us. What do you think about Lacey?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. What do you think about... Did I spell that name right? Lacey? With an E? What do you think about Lacey?
Sorry, Doctor. I don't know.
But I can ask you about any patient. Come on, Jaya. Play the game right. People are talking about which bugs in the house they will or won't kill. And... and jumping spiders can go back outside. They used to be my favorite, but they definitely set my adrenaline on edge. interesting about looking for a common experience between the patients. I agree. But I think I asked her what common experiences do they have. I might have to go to another patient before we can crack this nut. Bryce. Some of you remember Bryce. I think he's the guy that has the extra hour. He's a gravedigger. He has superpowers, guys. He has clock stoppers time power. Bryce kinda cute, say Mio. Mio can pick up jumpies by hand, but I'm scared they'll get on my face. Well, that's a new fear that I need to worry about. I never thought about them jumping on my face. Okay, so Bryce. Brycey boy. Bryce. Haven't asked Bryce questions yet. We should ask Jasmine how she felt about Dr. Dekker. Stuff about Jasmine, stuff about Lacey, Mariana. Nothing about Bryce in our notes. I wish I could sort this by Bryce only questions. How are you today? How are you today?
There's something I want to tell you about.
Uh-oh.
Something else that's wrong with me.
What went wrong, Bryce?
I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Well, you talk about being able to position people and they'll continue on as normal, so I could see you abusing that power. Have to wonder with the patients whether there was a common instigating event for their powers and stuff. Well, I feel like it's hinting towards everybody lives too close to the beach and Cthulhu has gotten in their brains and given them special powers. I don't want to believe that that's where it's going, though. But that's where I see it going. Like, all of these people's common thread is that all of them have been touched by the tentacly appendage of Cthulhu or something like that. Bryce's so pouty. Oh, he's very pouty. We gotta indulge Mio and make Bryce talk some more. Let's re-listen to this for some keywords.
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me. I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Bryce, how have you been getting out of control? Out of control? How?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd get my groceries. That's for sure. I might become a klepto if I had an hour where everybody else was frozen, but I'll go get groceries for sure. Valid theory, Z response to. No, Mio, I don't have to indulge you, but I'm gonna. I'd make calls. Slow internet because of small town problems. I hear that. I hear that. My internet speed went up recently. I didn't mean to sign up for a higher internet speed, but it happened. So I'm hoping that it makes the streams better, but if it's not a notable improvement at all, I'm just gonna downgrade again. What would I do? Let's listen to that again.
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen? Go to a fairground?
Have you been to a fairground? Bryce? Have you gone to fairgrounds?
That was just an example, Doctor.
Don't get
I'm sure we can
defensive.
come up with more exciting things to do than that.
Don't get defensive. You deflecting son of a... How does he know it was an hour if he was living alone? Well, he said it took him a while. I don't know. I'm guessing like he ordered pizza or something, or looked outside and saw somebody walking their dog, just mannequin style. Stream has frozen for random life unit. Pretty sure it's a me problem. Reset the reset. Refresh if you can, and then play with the video settings. Or a lower value such as 720p, I think is a common one. It might just be for one person, because I think everyone else is doing. Oh, we have a new note. Bryce asked what I would do if I had an extra hour. Maybe I should suggest things he might have done to gain his trust, or spied on anyone, or helped anyone. Have you helped anyone with your extra hour?
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
Mio, was that a nice enough facial expression for you from Bryce? I like them creepy. A lot of these characters, like, it's not just the music, but it's their timing and delivery with all these actors in here. A lot of these characters come across as, like, really creepy or potentially flirtatious. He just said that he helped out somebody who was thieved. Have you spied on him?
Well, that makes me feel a little better.
Welcome back, Random Life Unit.
There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me. Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles. I've always wondered what she looks like naked.
Okay.
So one
Bryce.
hour, I broke into her house. She was standing
Bryce.
in her bedroom.
Bryce.
I took it as a sign.
Bryce.
I took off her clothes.
Bryce! 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 There are better ways, man! Who is Jessica? I don't like Bryce anymore. I don't either. Who is Jessica?
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her.
Boy!
When she was naked and frozen.
Yes, we
I didn't
understand.
want to have to do it again, to strip her again.
We understand you don't have Google.
Just to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes! Yes, that's wrong.
I know. It's that bloody Doctor Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
It's not the other doctor's fault that I was a criminal. Oh, why are all these characters so infuriating? Oh my god, Brace. How is it Dr. Dekker's fault?
Like I said, I originally presented with depression.
Yes.
And everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
How's that? Turned up the game sounds a little bit. Mio says, no, you can't blame others for your shit, Bryce. I liked you. I was already ready to settle down. It's the cute ones you gotta watch out for, Mio. Alright, I wasn't paying attention, so we're gonna hear that again.
Like I said, I originally presented with depression. and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
How did he change?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
Stop with the cliffhangers, man! Ah! But Mariana had also mentioned that Dr. Dekker had changed somehow. That he went from being very detached to more interested. So it sounds like this is one of those instances where the doctor has kind of led patients along a certain path by withholding and giving certain amounts of attention, which some therapists don't realize that they're doing that shit. Like, we can tell that you're bored, man. I can tell that you're not hearing me, and if you're not hearing me, how are you going to help me? Oh, that's funny that Stream Elements posted back to back like that. Let's see. So he changed. He was impartial. Then he was paying more attention. Random Life Unit says, God, these patients need to stop cutting themselves off in the middle of talking. Yeah. But it wouldn't be a thriller mystery game without it, would it?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice...
What advice did he give you, Bryce? What advice? What advice?
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real.
Ugh.
He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
Uh-huh. I don't see how that led you to invading somebody's private space, but the advice of not sexually assaulting women? Yes, Random Life Unit, I do think like the bit of withdrawal of warmth. Yeah, could have advised you like you can have more time, but be ethical. Heck. Let me hear that again.
He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it.
See, so like, the way it's being delivered, it sounds sinister. But it's kind of like, no, use your problem-solving skills. How can you manage your day so that you have more time? But now this came across of like, you can manifest whatever you think about without taking practical life choices. He did the flirty one. We'll go to her right now, because I think that'll help us think of things. Mariana. Did Dr. Dekker give you advice? Oops. Hey. Did Dekker give you advice? You telling me Bryce isn't the flirty one with them eyes? Oh!
We went out for drinks. Didn't you know? He said it was a breach of something or the other, but I can be pretty persuasive when I want to be.
Bryce's flirting is more subtle. She went out for drinks with him. So here's our list of questions. If it has an asterisk next to it, that means that we can talk on that topic more. Ooh, that Cthulhu necklace. Also the Cthulhu green. The green couch, the green ball is also very Cthulhu.
I haven't been back to the beach since our last session, and no blackouts. New doctor and new hope. You're much better behaved than Dr. Dekker.
She frequently makes me uncomfortable. So yeah, her story is that she's been coming to see the doctor. She's coming to see us because she experiences blackouts and doesn't understand why. She'll wake up naked on the beach. Generally, she experiences blackouts when she visits the beach and then goes dancing at a nightclub. She doesn't drink any alcohol, which we're all constantly skeptical about. She knows she can hold her breath for a long time because she loves to go swimming. Like she's basically the Little Mermaid. I'm a behaved bitch. Yes. Which I asked her, better behave.
Dr. Dekker dated his patients. That's not good behavior, is it?
That's not good behavior, is it? No, it's not. No. Naked on the beach? Sounds like typical blackout for me. I don't live anywhere near a beach, so I wouldn't know. Let's see, there's an asterisk next to the question of do you dance?
I've danced around in my living room, but no clubs since last time. I like dancing around in my underwear. Sometimes less.
I mean, I guess I'm a 4-hour drive away from the Great Lakes, but I don't have a car, so I don't go. Let's see. She was blacking out when she was dancing and visiting the beach. She thinks that she's ugly whenever she sees something that she considers truly beautiful because she feels dull by comparison. She said that Dr. Dekker started acting weird. That's why she persuaded him to do drinks.
For a lot of our sessions, he would be pretty impartial. A passive listener. But towards the end, he liked interfering. Like, he wanted to push me over the edge.
So Mariana and Bryce both feel like Dekker was pushing them. Mio says, "Girl, you gotta stop with the flirting. I am a doctor. I can't do nothing without it being horribly wrong." She will never stop. She will never stop. She makes me uncomfortable frequently. Random Life Unit says, is she part mermaid, part corvid, liking shiny things? Oh yeah, she does sell, like, she makes bracelets and necklaces out of seashells and stuff. She is a bit like a magpie or a raven or crow. Corvid, not COVID. What? Let's see. How was he acting weird? He went from impartial to paying too much attention.
Yeah, drinks. I think Dr. Dekker ordered neat whiskey. I had water. I don't drink.
She says that a lot. I don't drink. Why don't you drink?
I guess it was a couple of days before Valentine's Day.
A couple days before he
It
died.
wasn't a date or anything. I noticed in our sessions that he'd been acting a little strange. He just didn't seem right. I wanted to find out what was wrong.
What was wrong?
Sorry, no. I think your button's undone.
What? Ah! Sometimes if I ask the wrong question or if like the question goes nowhere, I'll get really weird responses like that. Like them being like, "Is it time to go yet?" Or like, "I don't know what you're talking about, Doc." I don't know what else to ask her though. But yeah, there you go. There's an example of a flirtier patient, Mio. Our goal is to turn all of these orange or yellow so that we can move forward. And everybody's being stubborn. I think your button's undone. I mean, I'm a professional wearing pajama pants, so Random Life is like, what the fuck? Mio said, I ain't got a button. I don't have a button either. Oh yeah, I do. But it's fastened. I'm wearing pajama pants with a button. Let's talk to Nathan. This is Nathan. I think he's kind of cute, but he frustrates the fuck out of me too. Not a single of these people do I actually like. So we're going to review all the questions that we asked Nathan. We recently learned that Dr. Dekker was murdered on Valentine's Day, which is why we asked some people about Valentine's Day.
I was at Henley Church on Valentine's Day.
Love the
Anna's
crazy
grave.
hair.
It was the anniversary of her death. Her parents wanted a huge funeral with all the trimmings. Hannah would never have come for it. It does give me somewhere to visit. I got to write the epitaph.
Oh yeah, so he also has a superpower like Bryce does. Bryce gets to stop gets an extra hour at midnight while everybody else is frozen. Nathan, what was his thing again? Oh yeah, Nathan experiences Groundhog Day unless there's a trauma. And when there's a trauma, time moves forward again. Oh, is Nathan the Gravedigger? I thought Bryce was. I don't like the way he sits though, says Mio, and his jeans make me angry. What? Are they too blue?
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said that they uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder? Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bryce who's the gravedigger, but that's also probably why Jaya said Dr. Dekker was looking at patterns. Bryce goes to Henley Church. No, Bryce has worked at Henley Church as a gravedigger. Nathan goes to Henley Church because his girlfriend found an octopus. Mariana wears an octopus. Lacey talks about octopus people. Mio says, I need a goth in here, like someone who looks crazy but is sane. Yeah, true. I don't have any of those for you, though.
We walk alone without our angel.
And then I asked about Angel.
I'm not religious, but when I wrote Hannah's epitaph, I knew her parents would want some acknowledgement of the great bearded one. But she was an angel to me. She was an angel to everyone.
The great bearded one. And then he also said alone. Why alone?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
What? Say that again.
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
No. No, I think you should work on yourself. Figure out what's going on with you. Because he has the most incentive to murder anybody because it would stop his Groundhog Day from looping. Mio says, bruh, move on. Find yourself a girl and settle down. Live a simple life in a quiet town. Steady as she goes, steady as she goes. Therapists shouldn't be telling their patients to look for someone else. I mean, the therapists do dabble in the territory of how you manage your relationships and would be theoretically a safe person to ask if it's time to get into the dating pool or not. I'm the most profession therapist. No offense, Mio. Y'all are goofy. It's been alone. No, work on yourself first.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, we're gonna take Mio's route. Yes. Date someone new.
That's not really something I know about.
God damn it, Nathan. Why ask me the question if I can't answer it? You and me both, Mio. We are both the most profession here. What were the keywords in this?
I've been alone since Hannah. I can't imagine anyone ever replacing her. Not that I've looked. Do you think I should look for someone else?
Do you think I should look for someone else? Yes.
Can't help you. Sorry.
I didn't ask you a question. I was answering. Nathan. Did Dr. Dekker push you? No, wait. Yeah. Did Dekker push you?
Dr. Dekker felt that Hannah was holding me back. The memories of Hannah. In his opinion, I was holding on to the past. So I guess he cursed me. If that's even a thing.
No. Cursed you how?
Yes, Dr. Dekker cursed me. I don't really want to talk about it, but let's just say I blame him for the way I am. Can you give me some advice, Doctor?
What? Frustrated. Wordless. No words. I've got Nathan. What the fuck? How am I supposed to give you advice without knowing what you want advice on? Mio says, you're holding on to the past, which isn't bad. It shapes who you are, and that's okay. But you holding on like that, you'll die if you don't. Yeah, a lot of these people are isolated, lonely, no friends. And it's kind of like... I think for Mariana, it's weird for her to have absolutely no friends. Because she spends time around people and is very friendly. He wants advice. Advice? Advice for what?
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair.
Oh my
Which I've
god.
never sat in since. Which one do you think's best?
No arson? The photos? But that sets a precedent. The clothes already set a precedent. Fire safety. My brain is melting. Mio says, well, those who spend the time around people in clubs and such are some of the most lonely people. True. True, a lot of barflies tend to be pretty actually socially isolated. Bryce, what the hell, man? He got me stumped. He got me good and well stumped. Because he feels like his issue is that he repeats the same day over and over and over and over again unless something tragic happens. One of the things that happened that let him move forward for an entire week without any of the days in the week repeating was his girlfriend dying, who was Hannah. So I guess he's learned that if he burns the things that he knows that she loved, that will also break the loop. And for a few days, he'll just have rolling days instead of repeating days. Mio says, Takai says she's taking notes as if she's gonna make sense of this. I love Takai. She's wonderful. I doubt I'll be successful. Well, we can run through other things if you're even taking notes. If you guys have any questions you think I should ask, I can definitely do that, and we can review any of the notes or any of the answers at any time. Because we could figure something out. This game has different levels of difficulty, and there are hints. Like if we get desperate enough, we can use hints. So I'm hoping maybe it's possible to figure some of these things out before the end of the game. But there are multiple endings depending on how you interact with the characters. There's like up to 7 different endings. I'll ask why you such a bitch. I will. Why you such a bitch, Nathan?
Pass.
Random Life Unit says, I feel so lost at what's happening in this game, and, oh, poor man, burning the things of his deceased girlfriend. Yeah. I hear you, Thomas. I'm sure everyone else can hear you, too. It is too early for dinner. You are 2 hours ahead of time. Kitty, cuz. Yes. Do you think Nathan's a bitch too? And he does. Sakai says, all I know is there's a doctor, he may or may not be dead. There's a lady, she's probably dead. Something, something Groundhog Day. Okay, to catch you up, Dr. Dekker has been murdered. He was murdered on Valentine's Day after work hours. We are a new doctor, and we're taking over all of his patients, and we're trying to figure out what's wrong with the patients and what any of them might know about the murder. And that's pretty much the easy peasy version of it. This is also drdekker.com is a website for the game that gives so much more detail and basic overview of what's happening. But it is confusing. Like, do these people struggle with delusions, or do they have real powers? And if they have real powers, how did they get the real powers? And did Dr. Dekker give it to them? Or was it Cthulhu? Although nobody has mentioned Cthulhu yet. There's just a lot of indication that Cthulhu is a thing. Advice for what?
I've been trying to think how I can get past today. I've come up with a couple of choices. I could set fire to Hannah's photographs. I've got them in Dropbox anyway. But setting fire to the clothes did the trick. Or setting fire to a rocking chair. She sounds like an old lady, but she loved that rocking chair, which I've not sat in since.
You don't need to be old
Which
to
one
like
do
a
you think's
rocking
best?
chair. I'm just gonna tell him it's best to burn the photographs. Although that only leaves him bigger things to burn later on, but I'm gonna say burn the photos first.
Photographs it is then. I'll let you know how it goes.
I should have told him not to burn anything. I now have a cat in my lap. He decided that the lap is acceptable. We have some asterisks next to Henley Church and Why Alone. You told him to burn things? Yeah. Yeah. He wanted to know which of the things to burn. I decided he should burn the photographs. Aw, break time again. Alright, like 5 minutes we'll take a break.
I left Henley Church about 11 o'clock on Valentine's Day. I was talking to an archaeologist who said it uncovered some fossils resembling a strange cephalopod-like creature. Strange place to find an octopus, really. What? Do you think I've got something to do with Dr. Dekker's murder?
Yes.
Maybe you should ask your assistant who Dekker saw that day.
Oh, good question. Jaya! Who did Dekker see on Valentine's? That didn't work. Well, that's messed up about burning things, but it's cool, it's cool. He likes that suggestion. I mean, if he's gonna burn any of the things, the photographs are the least dangerous, right? Because he wanted to burn a whole Valentine's with an E. Who did Dekker see on Valentine's? Yes.
On Valentine's Day, Dr. Dekker had
Thank
a
you,
session
Joe.
with Claire Castleford at 11 and that nurse, Elin, at 3. Everyone else cancelled. You should see this place Christmas Eve. I was at home though, so I don't actually know who came in. Dr. Dekker did phone and ask me for Nathan's number, which is a bit strange.
Saw Elin. Wanted Nathan's number. Did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. Nathan! You about to get yourself in trouble, man. You told me to ask Jaya. And she told me that Dekker called you. She told me. You've been called. Did Dekker call you on Valentine's?
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Was in the mood for conversation. Well, you know what? My take a break notice popped up, and it's a smart idea for me to take those when that happens before I forget. So we'll take a 10-minute break. I'll make the music a little bit, well, the very eerie, strange music a little bit louder while we're gone. Feel free to stretch. Get water, see other streamers if you feel like seeing other streamers. We'll be back in 10 minutes and we look forward to seeing you there. I'll go be drunk. Have some water too if that sits well with you. We'll see you guys soon. Not dead. I'm just very slow. Welcome back. All the ads should have ended by now, hopefully, so hopefully nobody is missing stream actually happening. Mio Takai, hello. Right, you're subscribed, so it still affects you, which is awesome. I've been very grateful for many gifted subs in some of my favorite streamers' channels, because I'm broke-ass bitch. Where were we? We were getting frustrated at Nathan, because I encouraged his pyromania. I should have said no, but I can't go back and fix that now. Let's see. Oh yeah. Nathan sent us to go double check him. He said that he got a missed call.
It was a missed call. It was Valentine's Day, so I wasn't in the mood for conversation.
Okay. What advice did Dr. Dekker give you, Nathan? What's the notes say? The notes say, did Dekker call Nathan the day he was murdered? I should ask Nathan. I asked Nathan. He probably got a call. He doesn't seem to know if it's from Dekker. Everybody here seems to be living in like mid-early 90s before caller ID and cell phones existed. Nathan looks so dead and bored. Bryce is nervous and coy. Mariana is flirty and enigmatic. Oh, my cat has zoomies. Let's talk to Claire. No, wait, they wanted us to ask about Elin, right? What, Thomas? I played with you. I gave you treats. You are not in the show light, buddy. Bryce asked, what would I do if I had an extra hour? Mariana says she doesn't drink. How did Jasmine feel about Dr. Dekker? Secretary is picky and cleaning. Neo says, oh shit, that's my type. She cute. Oh. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get ready to settle down, because just like Bryce, Claire also has her own side to things. How are you today, Claire?
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
No, but she stabbed her husband for cheating on her with a coworker. Oh, that's fine, says Mio. Yeah, as far as we know, she hasn't essayed anybody. As far as we know.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
So the lake house is also where her husband is supposedly staying. She's so rich she doesn't have to work, but she can't hire anybody to look after her husband who has really poor health because she stabbed him. Just to catch you up with the last few streams that we had of this game. Stab me, mommy, Mio. What's that? Thank you for the raid! Thank you for the raid, everybody. Hello, welcome in. Good to see you, Elle. Feel free to tell us all the things about how stream went. Also, feel free to do post-stream self-care, stretch your wrists, get some water, whatever you need to do. It's good to see you. For those of you who don't know who I am the Xanity System. There's a bunch of information below about that. There's links, there's stuff in our about, there's stuff in the panels that'll tell you why I use we, us, our, etc., whatever. Today we are playing Dr. Dekker. I'm a variety streamer. I do art. I do all kinds of video games. Most video games I pick have mental health themes of some sort or another. Emotions, relationships, psychology, all that fun stuff. So feel free to check out our highlight spots, clips if you want insight into some of that stuff. Buckle in, have fun, glad to have you. Al, you killed a lot of dwarfs. Oh, you were playing Dwarf Fortress today? Random Life Unit says, hey, I'm gonna lurk. Oh, bad connection. Yeah, understandable. Mio says, I don't think you're supposed to kill the dwarves. I don't know anything about Dwarf Fortress, to be fair. I don't know a thing. I just know that it inspired more modern games. Today, in the infectious madness of Dr. Dekker, we are asking all of these patients questions about why Dr. Dekker may have been murdered. We are a new doctor taking the place of the murdered doctor who was murdered on Valentine's Day. All of these patients have something going on with them. We're trying to figure out what that is and if they know anything about the murder at all. Right now we are interviewing Claire, who said that she went to the lake house on the anniversary of her parents' death. At the lake house is supposed to be her very, very sick husband, who she stabbed because he was cheating on her with a coworker. She's also supposed to be very rich enough that she doesn't have to work, but she can't afford any help to take care of her husband who has health issues and is doing very poorly because she stabbed him. Mio says, I mean, he deserved it. Gage says, they died defending their homes honorably. Ah, honor to the dwarves. Okay, I'm caught up with chat. So I'm gonna play this bit again, and if you're new, feel free to help us ask any questions to these patients. You post a question in chat, we'll ask it to the patients. There's 7 different endings to this game.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today. I went to the lake house. I always go to the lake house anyway, but it's also where they died.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask. Mio says, shouldn't it soon be the ex-husband, or is he still sticking with her? She's actually decided she doesn't want to get a divorce because it's not a complete enough way of separation, is what she said in one of the previous streams. Takai says, wait, so he survived the stabbing, or she's just taking care of a dead man for funsies? Yes, Takai, that is the question. We don't know for sure. We are not certain, but that's a valid question that I've tried to ask her. Parents' death, question mark.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning. I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
Otherwise, I would have died too? You would have died?
I see what you're trying to do.
Do
I
you?
really don't know anything about that.
Ah, that was a dud question. That's what that means. That was a dud question. Friend's house?
Do you think I killed my parents?
Did you?
There's very little I'm not willing to talk about, Doctor. But I'm afraid I don't know anything about that.
Mio says, I'll retract my attraction. Because she's still married and refuses to get divorced. Went to the friend's house.
Do you think I killed my parents?
No. Just asking questions.
Are you bored? Do you want me to talk about something else?
Like what? You can't stab someone and not get divorced. Right? Yeah, she's decided it's too much effort. I guess.
It's the anniversary of my parents' death today.
Oh yeah, the lake house. Wait, how did they die?
I don't know.
How did your parents die? Mia will be right back. Chip crying so hard at me. Who's Chip? Also, see you soon. Take all the time you need. Takai says maybe she didn't get a prenup, so divorcing would lose her more money than she's willing. Ah, Takai with the big brain.
They died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh, okay.
I was staying at a friend's house. Otherwise, I would have died too.
Carbon monoxide poisoning. Chip is the puggle. Oh, the puggle that Gage drew with the birthday thing. Welcome, Super Redria. Am I late from the layout raid? Well, you did miss the epic raid noises in the introduction and the breakdown, but you already know who I am. So late I didn't even know I was in his stream. Yeah, there's a lot of lurkers, and that's I love it. Nobody's pressured to talk, but welcome in, Redria. How are you doing? Raid! Oh, that's cute. I don't think I've seen that emote. That's so cute. Today was great. I saw that your car is working. I know that was a stress for a while. Chip is my baby, says Mio. Parents died of carbon monoxide poisoning. The car is fixed, and work was awesome. It's not often that you hear that work was awesome. I'm very happy that it went well for you today. That's cool. That's really hype. Do I have any hype emotes? Here we go. Hype, hype, hype. Hype for Redria. The only negative is I'm sleepy. If I had an awesome day at work and my car was running 100%, I would take a little bit of sleepy. Hella hype. Yeah. I'm gonna ask Claire in here, how was the lake house?
I stood for a while, looking across the water.
Hell yeah,
It's
hype.
peaceful there.
I got my
It's
water
the
right
place
here.
that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there
Thank you for the hydrate.
by the lake, only about 9 or 10. She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Achievement unlocked. I do like the hype pow bar. That's really cool. From the Smoking Barrel Tavern. Yeah, I only had one animated emote slot, and someday I'll make my own animation, but I decided to just do a raid emote. It was easy. But yeah, I kinda want the hype pile myself. The first emote slot was a filler. Yeah, that's fair. A lot of my emotes are like Twitch defaults, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 customs made. So here, actually, my customs. I made them myself. I feel so proud. It's a good one. Oh, it's a Dusk Noir. That's neat, though. That's really neat. This game has also turned into who's really attractive but gives red flags. Dusk Noir is your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon changes constantly, but today I would say my favorite Pokemon is Houndoom. The big grown-up one with the antlers. It's very gothic, and it's a pupper, and it's got horns, and it can blow fire, and I don't know what's better. The game is a Chinese New Year parade worth of flags, says Gage. That's accurate. That's very accurate. Mio says Snubble for life. I like that Snubble is basically a bully breed dog, but it's a fairy type. Takai says, I love Houndoom. I love that he's a special attacker, which is a bit odd for early fire types. Takai, you know more about Pokemon than I do. You just showed that you play the games. We're gonna ask Claire this question again while I think about that.
I stood for a while, looking across the water. It's peaceful there. It's the place that makes me feel the most. There was a girl there by the lake, only about 9 or 10.
Little girl.
She was fishing, if you can call it that, with one of those nets on a stick.
Hey, maybe she was doing the tide pool hunting. Mio says Snubble is all about self-worth and love, and when he evolves into Gramble is when he learns that the only one who he needs to love is himself. I didn't know that lore. There's I can hear them right now. One of the headmates' kids has been running around saying, I'm a Sylveon, because Sylveons level up when they have good friendships. And I think that's I like Pokemon stories like that, and it's also really cute that like one of our kids is attached to like I'm Sylveon because I have good friends. Like that's really adorable. Claire, what about the girl? Did you talk to the girl?
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes children be lost and need a safe adult, but you can never know whose stranger adult is safe adult, and I have funny feelings about any adult approaching kids. Was that a real question, though? Do I need to answer her yes
I
or
don't know why I
no?
talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Mios, I extra retract my attraction.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad.
Why was she sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
Takai says, yeah, I don't know if I like an adult calling a child different or special like that. Yeah, that's... Oh, that kid seems special. Like, okay. Go away, please. I grew up enough with adults being like, ooh, you're an old soul, aren't you? And it's kind of like, you know that's just shorthand for trauma. Right? It's groomy. Agreed. So why was she sad?
David had been hunting again, and, well, she's seen some of the skins he hung around the lake house.
Oh, okay. How is David? He's apparently well enough to hunt, so I guess he's not dead and not a ghost.
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
That was all weird. He wasn't there. The spare was missing. She forgot her own key. I mean, if he wasn't there, he was probably using the spare, right? And David is her husband, by the way. David got stabbed.
David wasn't there. Or at least I didn't see him. I didn't go inside. I forgot my key, and the spare was missing.
None of that seemed important. Let's ask Special how. Even though it feels icky.
I don't know. I suppose she just reminded me of me. I spent a lot of time alone as a child. She said she was trying to catch some strange creatures that she's seen in the water.
Trying to catch a weird creature in the water. Takai says, wait, if she forgot her key and the spare key was missing, how did she get in? Right? Mio says she didn't go in. I trust you, Mio. My memory is really bad, which is why, like, these get listened to over and over again. Not only does it help anybody in the audience who just came in or wasn't paying attention, it helps me. My memory is trash. But she did say creature. Water? Creature in
I
the
don't
water?
know.
She doesn't know.
Minnows, probably. Everything's strange when you're a child.
Minnows. There's 2 asterisks next to talking to the girl and why was she sad. Minnows aren't a creature, Claire. If it wasn't a creature, the child might have said fish or something like that, right? Maybe it was a cephalopod. Takai says there are many creatures technically, so I doubt that would be it. Mio says, like, they are, but like a child is not as stupid as adults think they are. Thank you, Mio! Thank you. Thank you. Because, like, a lot of times the child is smarter than most of the adults in the room, just doesn't have the life experience yet, just isn't fully developed. The baking is still, you know, needs some more time in the oven. But, yeah, they get underestimated heavily.
I don't know why I talked to her. She looked sad. I don't usually talk to children, but she seemed different, special. I'm allowed to talk to her, aren't I, Doctor?
Gage said, so this game has shades of Lovecraftian horror, so I think creature is very I can't say that word today. We can all read that word. We know what that word means. I'm not saying it out loud. Mio says, God, Claire has beautiful hair. Yeah, I agree. I imagine she gets it professionally styled, though. That seems like a lot of work. Otherwise. What other questions can we ask her? Should we try another patient? Should I introduce you guys to the other patients? We've talked to Nathan, Mariana. We haven't talked to Elin yet. Mio says it might be natural. Takai's hair is like that kind of curly, all natural. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, those are natural curls. Which I have seen friends do that. Like shave side of it and then have the rest of it like flop over in layers, and it looks amazing. Vintage vibes, absolutely. Okay, so here's Elin. Excuse me. Elin is a nurse. She's a nurse at a nursing home, so a lot of patients are very old, dying of things. She prefers herbology over prescription drugs. So she will give her patients herbs, but she's also aware that mixing some herbs and some of the drugs can cause heart attacks. So far, she hasn't been blamed for any of the deaths, but the other nurses that are her co-workers call her the angel of death because a ridiculous amount of patients will die on her shift than any other shift. So that's... This hoe a mercy killer, says Gage. That's our running theory. Yes. Mio says she looks like a wine mom. Elin, how are you today?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
I think Hilda's one of her patients. Gage says she is a nurse, so prob's on track with that one, Mio. Yeah, true enough. How are you today? You were accused of stealing. How is... What was her name? Ellen?
I haven't had a great day, to be honest. Someone accused me of stealing from my patients, which I would never do. Plus, Hilda's getting worse.
Hilda, not Helen. Hilda. How's Hilda?
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
Why? Why do you need to see?
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Mm-hmm. Nope, my brain has stopped working for a second. What on earth? What were you accused of stealing? Mio says, you seem messy and you're killing nursing.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket.
Yeah.
Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Aha! I see why you might have been accused of stealing. Elin accused of stealing said, started with the locket. What else have patients given her? Okay. What else have patients given me?
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Mio says, sorry, I want to be aggressive for no reason. That's kind of... These patients make me aggressive, some of their responses, honestly. So, like, I'm not opposed. If you just want to sit there dogging all of the patients, I'm okay with that. Trophies for her kid. Nursing! Little trophies. Okay, so there's a lot that we can ask her about. You might be able to see on the screen, you might not. There's little asterisks next to each of these questions.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
And the asterisks will indicate if there's more questions to ask about that topic. 2 asterisks means yes, 100% you have to ask about that, and then green means you could ask about that. It's not a comfy seat. I'd probably be like her too, like constantly wiggling, trying to get just the right spot, because I can't imagine that type of leather with that texture background is any... Takai says, I don't know, getting that many gifts from somebody who is dying over and over without mentioning it is suspicious. Yeah, I would kind of hope that for ethical reasons that a nursing home might have like some kind of bureaucratic system where both the patient and a witness and the staff all signed that it was cool. It was not coerced. Yes, I hand over my personal possession to you because I like you. Takai says they wouldn't put that in their will or something? Yeah, true. True, like you can't, if they are dying, can't that go in the will? That's a good point. I don't know what to ask her though to get like, have you been left anything in a will?
I don't really have anything to tell you about that.
Ah, bogus. I'm gonna sip my ginger ale while I think about that. Oh, got the hiccups. Hilda, has Hilda given you anything? Okay, how about this? Did you see Dekker on Valentine's Day? We're just gonna cut past her personal life and go straight to the murder.
Can you ask me one thing at a time? I'm easily confused.
Oh, too long of a question. Too complex. Has she gotten any gifts from Hilda? Have you gotten a gift from Hilda? Nope, it just bounces us back to this one.
Hilda's the one I mentioned in our last session. She's dying. I can tell. I need to see her before it's too late.
And we asked, why do you need to see her? So Takai, no, as far as we can tell, she hasn't gotten a gift from Hilda, but we might not be asking the right question yet.
To help her finish her unfinished business. People who are dying always have things they wish they could do before they go. We leave a lot of loose ends in our lives. We're very messy that way.
Yes, human life is messy. What unfinished business? Oops. I accidentally pressed enter twice.
Hilda wants to see her daughter. She's in Australia, so I'm going to have to use my talent.
Oh, everybody's got a superpower. What's your superpower, Elin? Is it teleportation? What talent? Tell us, Elin. Spill the beans.
I can change my skin.
What?
What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them.
Uh-huh.
It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Uh-huh. So she's a shape changer, which is more Lovecraftian than teleportation, to be honest. Takai says, you mean it's how you steal their shit? Takai! Why else would they give you those things? Takai! Big brain Takai today. Jeez. Why do you get gifts? Who have you shape changed into?
I feel like you're asking me questions about something I don't know anything about.
Yeah, that's because you have pre-recorded responses. Let's listen to that again. Maybe there's keywords I missed.
I can change my skin. What I look like. I can turn into a patient's loved one. I just hold their hand and ask them to imagine that the person they want to see is sitting right here next to them, and I become them. It's how I help them move on. That's how I comfort them.
Comfort them is a keyword. It was italicized. Does it comfort them?
I only shift at work to help my patients.
Uh-huh.
I don't have any interest in using it as a party trick or to deceive anyone.
It is deception, though, even though they're dying. That's it, Elin. All of you are criminals. I didn't realize that I signed up to be a criminal psychologist. We got murderers, arsonists, thieves. Which you can be a pyroman. You can have a love for fire without having to be an arsonist. What else have patients given you has 2 asterisks next to it. Gage said, everybody doing crime.
I have a few other things. A watch, a ring. One patient gave me a little china bird. They're not valuable, just trinkets, really.
Trinkets. You're just gonna parrot it back at her. Trinkets? Am I spelling that right?
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die.
Yeah.
But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me.
Because it's not right.
Doctor? Am I wrong to keep the locket?
Yeah. Yeah. The guy says maybe ask something about where she puts the gifts. That's a good point. Yes. It's probably wrong.
Really? I don't see the harm. Alice wanted me to have it. You and Terry and all the other nurses just don't understand.
No, I understand. But family gets priority. Kai says, yeah, where do you keep the gifts? Oh, it redirected us back to this answer.
This? Well, it started with this. It's a locket. Alice, one of my patients, gave it to me before she died.
Who's Alice? Apparently, she's not going to tell us where she's hiding stuff. I mean, she's wearing the locket openly, so...
Alice was one of my favorites. She never held back, spoke her mind about everything. But she had a wicked sense of humor.
Oh, if you didn't know, if you hear it like click-clacking, that stuff, that's me playing with the fidget toy. So Alice was one of her favorites. Let's try, where do you put the gifts? Have you ever refused a gift?
I think we've got a bit off track. Maybe you should check your notes.
Okay, I'll check my notes. Thanks, Elin. She's sassy, says Mio. Elin is accused of stealing. She said it started with the locket. What else have patients given her? Who gave you the ring, Elin? No. Just drink it, say.
Strictly speaking, all of the patient's belongings should be passed on to family members after they die.
Yes.
But Alice's son never visited. He didn't care about his mum. Why would he care about some worthless piece of jewellery? It just doesn't feel right to me. What do you think, Doctor?
I think you did not consider... I think you did not consider that some people have anxieties about being in those environments. It doesn't matter how much they care. Elin is still red, so we need to keep asking questions in order to move that forward. Let's see. You guys have been introduced to Nathan, Mariana, Elin, Claire, Bryce, Jaya. Let's talk to Lacey. This is Lacey. Oh, we have talked to Lacey already.
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
Yo said her son doesn't deserve her shit. I do. It's mine. I spent more time with the lady. It's my shit. Her son can fuck off. He never showed up. If he wanted her shit, should have come for lunch or something.
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife.
That's so creepy. Don't do that.
So I started a neighbourhood watch.
Blech. So then we asked, how's the neighborhood watch going?
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes...
Christelle.
Poor Agnes.
Christelle. Okay. So, if you want to do it with me, reach your hand out like you're making the signal to stop with your arm parallel to the floor. Take your other hand and gently pull back on the space between your palm and the knuckles. You should feel a slight pull, but no pain. If there's pain, stop that. I tend to feel like a little bit of an itch in my wrist. And we're going to hold that for a few minutes. Well, not minutes, a few seconds, really. And give it a very light shake. And then do it with the other hand, your right hand, if you're using your left. Arm straight out like you're signaling somebody to stop with your fingers pointing up. Arm parallel to the ground. Put your other hand very gently on the knuckle area between your palm and your fingers and pull back slightly. You may or may not feel a pull, but if you feel pain, pull back less. Give it a shake. I also do another weird one for the carpal tunnel. Put your fingers in your left hand in a OK symbol with your fingers and thumb, creating a circle. And like you're saluting, put your fingers up to your temple and then stretch your arm down towards the ground. You should feel a slight pull, but no pain. And then bring your arm back up into the salute and tilt your head into it. And back down. Back up to a salute. And shake it out. Thank you for today's wrist health. And yes, I only do that on one hand, but you can do it with the other hand if you feel like you need it yourself. Mio said, she reminds me of half my family. I'm so comfortable, uncomfortable. I only do as father tells me. You are not father. I mean, Zaddy has particular powers and seniority that I could never achieve, so. How is the neighborhood watch going?
It was me and Agnes.
Oh, right. Me and Agnes. So tell us about Agnes.
She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
Ooh, that's a suave emo. I like that. I like that a lot. That's a good zaddy emote. So, that happened. What is the
It
truth?
killed them. It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed door-to-door saleswoman. I know because I heard my other neighbors shout at her, "No Jehovah's!" They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
Okay. What is double glazing?
I don't know. I didn't answer the door. There's not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
Okay, so getting the impression Agnes died after the watch, and she thinks that the saleswoman murdered people, but that it's actually a creature in disguise. Gage says, I only have two zaddy ones, this one and this one. That one and this one. Those two are good. I think that the thumbs up one counts as a zaddy emote. Takai says, be right back, pest control just called. Good luck with all that. Who is this lady? Who is Agnes? I am so lost. This is Lacey. Agnes is somebody that she started the neighborhood watch with after somebody got murdered on the block. So who is Agnes?
She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
I'm guessing Agnes is a friend.
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes... Poor Agnes.
Yeah, so Agnes was somebody who did the neighborhood watch with her, and something bad happened to Agnes. I don't know if that clarifies being lost, but I try. Gage says, this one's actually the same chibi style as all my standard ones. There's chibi, zaddy, and potato Zeus's. Got it. I am learning. Also, yes, welcome back to Kai. That was a quick errand. Ooh, tired. Should have gotten an energy drink. We have technically 20 minutes. 20-ish minutes until the end of stream. Unless I decide to go an hour longer. But I'm getting a small headache, so I might not go an hour long. Mio says, Gage gives me the okay emote privately. That better not be a zaddy. I can't handle that. Guys are goofy. Let her into the house.
I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
And you didn't call the police. I remember this. I actually made a clip of this. She didn't call the police. Weird analogy. The cat who got the cream, yeah, it made me uncomfortable.
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Doctor Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
Hey, guess what? Did you see Dekker on Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day.
Just one question at a time, please.
Ugh. It wasn't that complicated of a question. Yeah, she's telling her therapist, but no police. No, she doesn't. I remember the last stream I had with this lady, I asked her several times if she had called the police or not, and it was just not something that she was going to answer. Let's see, Agnes died. What happened to her body?
I saw it with my own eyes.
Let's see, what happened to her body?
What a thing to say! Why would you say that? I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer.
Wait.
Unless...
Something there didn't make sense. Mia says, I mean, I hate the police too. I have days. I don't know if it helps to call or not. Unless what?
Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think...
I don't know what I think.
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Doctor Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
Okay, what did Dr. Dekker say?
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they?
Break time. Takai is like, I hate this trailing off. Like, just finish your sentence. No, I don't know what you think I think, lady. Yeah, there's an incredible amount of cliffhangers and just trailing off. Like, normal people don't talk like this. Normal people don't talk like this. Not even fellow spoonies. People don't talk like that. Mia's like, ma'am. Alright. I got a warning to take a break. So I'm actually gonna make another cup of coffee. And then we'll stream for about like up to another hour, but I won't go over another hour. So we'll take about a 10-15 minute break here. good time to get some water, stretch. I'm gonna be stretching. I'm gonna stick my face out in the -4-degree weather just for a couple seconds, and definitely get coffee. But while I also figure that out, I need to change my overlay to reflect the amount of time. So don't mind me while I do the bits and things in the background that you can't see. Take your time, says Mio with the heart. Well, thank you, lovely. Yeah, I'm gonna change the countdown timer to 15 minutes. Wherever I have that hidden on here. If I can edit it, I confused myself. You know? My brain broke. I can't find it, but 10 minutes will still count down, so that's fine. If you guys want to take a moment to go check out other streamers while we're gone, that's totally fine. I will run a couple ads while we're gone, but we will be back in 10 minutes. See if we can turn any of these red buttons yellow. And I look forward to seeing you then. Hey, welcome back. Yeah, I can dance. Yeah, we're back from break. I see that you are dealing with pest control. Thank you for the complimentos. They are much appreciated. I do actually. Here, allow me to show you. I even have shoes. I even have shoes. whole people body. And I can do dances. I can do the chicken dance. I'm gonna at some point play with the other programs, but I've been using Anime's / Base Rig. That's what I'm currently using. I float around with ease. It's all the meditations. All the meditations. Once you ohm strongly enough, you just start to float. Let me... I don't have all my stuff set up yet. I kind of like move things around during break. Okay. Alright. I have everything where I want it, I think. I'll ohm harder from now on. That's the trick. That's the trick. You gotta ohm at such a frequency that you stop being able to touch anything, so be careful. I mean, you might not be able to have any more champagne if you ohm too hard. Just FYI. Let me adjust the face a little bit. There we go, I think. Yeah, that works. A little bit. Okay, so we were talking to Lacey. Lacey watched somebody get murdered and didn't call the police, which is both understandable and perplexing at the same time. let's rewatch that, actually. Mio says, ah fuck, I do like drinking the bubbly.
I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
She looks so sad. That was the end of Agnes. Medusa? Apparently it thinks it's the same question as Agnes died? Snake face killer!
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Doctor Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
Where did Medusa go? Have you seen Medusa before? Did you ask her about Dekker not believing her? What did Dr. Dekker say?
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they? Have they?
Let me... Huh. I think I could ask Jaya. Did they find Agnes?
I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't know.
Jaya doesn't know. Did the snake eat her? What the fuck? She's the snake face. Let's see. What happened to Agnes' body?
Why would you say that? I kept watching the front door after that saleswoman had left and nothing. She didn't leave, and you can't get out the back since the council sold the garage block. Ron's a gardener, not a killer. Unless...
Is her body in the greenhouse?
Agnes said Ron was laying the foundations for a new greenhouse. You don't think...
It was Ron. Is her body in the greenhouse?
I need to call the police.
Yes!
I need to call them now. But they won't listen to me. I tried to tell them about the monster, but they didn't believe me.
Oh.
They won't believe me about this, I promise you.
Yeah, fair.
Please, could you call them, Doctor?
Should I tell her yes or no? Yes. I don't know how the UK differs from the USA, but I'm pretty sure if, like, murder is a thing, if anybody's in danger, it's my duty to tell the police. Yes, I'll tell the police. Why not?
Thank you, Doctor. Now give me a pen and I'll write down the details for you. Don't you want to know why Dr. Dekker called me the leech lady?
What a segue! Takai says, I mean, as a therapist, don't you have due diligence anyway? Right. Okay. Leech lady? What you talking about?
He said that I leech thoughts from people. Suck them right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too.
No.
I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
These people stress me out. I don't like how she stares at us, right? What do you do for a job? What is your
Have
job?
you been listening to me?
No!
Ask me something about my problem.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Did you have an affair with Ron? Wait, were Ron and Agnes dating? Yeah. Did you have an affair with Ron? Her job is being a snake lady. The guy said, what did she say? Asked me something about being, let's see, I think that was the answer to leash lady.
He said that I leech thoughts from people, suck them right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
Did that answer it to Kai? Gage says, psychic vampire. Yeah, that fits. That fits. Mia, ma'am? Ma'am. Excuse, ma'am. What do you think I do for a living anyway? What do you do for a living?
Keep asking, but I don't know.
Please? You should know your job. Do you get along with Ron? The guy says, no, I think it was when... Excuse me. I think it was when you asked what she does for her job, but I'll get it eventually, don't mind me. Was Agnes in the way? Oh, that popped us over to who is Ron.
Don't know much about him, other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that's stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd...
Yeah! What? Wait, all of a sudden you've seen it eat her. Was Agnes in the way? Oh, pops back to who Agnes is. The guy said, no, I think it was when you asked what she does for her job, but I'll get it eventually, don't mind me. Okay, we can repeat any of these that we need to for a refresher. Gage says she does have a bit of the zombie eyes. She does, yeah. She looks tired. I'd almost expect her to be the nurse rather than Elin, because Elin looks very energetic. She doesn't look haunted by all the deaths. Mio says, Ron murdered Agnes and put her in the greenhouse growing them veggies. What's your job?
Sorry, I've not heard anything about that.
You're full of shit. But okay. Yeah, they do have some auto answers when it doesn't progress the story in any way. Kind of an indicator of a dud question. Elin loves her Mercy nursing job. Why did that make my brain think of Mercy Hospital in Left 4 Dead, though? I don't think you know, some of these might survive a zombie apocalypse. I'm not sure. Let's see. Well, we have 2 asterisks next to 3 questions. What did Dr. Dekker say? Leech Lady, and who is Ron?
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered.
Oh yeah, then you said something about her being eaten.
Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they? Have they?
Did she like Ron? Did you like... No, she said here's this one.
Don't know much about him. Other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that's stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd...
Ron is a cannibal. Something ate Agnes? Do you think Ron is the monster? Nope, that popped us back over to that one.
I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into a, well, it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
I like how my vision goes from full color to sepia when people are answering questions. Did Ron eat her? Sakai says, I'm so confused by this lady. Why does she suddenly mention maybe I'm putting thoughts in your head, doing an affair with Ron, needed Agnes out of the way, when you asked her about Leech Lady? 40 chess nonsense. A lot of these patients do that. Like, there's layers and layers. It's kind of like, what, that doesn't even make sense. Mio says, I wish my memories were in sepia. You know? I'm not even gonna open that filing cabinet in my brain right now. Okay, so if I ask if Ron ate her, it jumps to the question, did like Agnes died? So that'll tell us again about the saleswoman that's actually a monster that has a Medusa face. So the way these games work is that it's not processing the question, it's just recognizing keywords. Very Chinese room bullshit. Right. So like, Medusa was a keyword because it was italicized, but I'm having a hard time getting her to answer that. She mentioned a garage. Was the body in the garage? I think she mentioned a garageway or a garage alley that the council sold. So because like this is a UK based game, the council is basically like your city. So the city decided to buy and sell what used to be the garageway, like the backyard garage alleyway some neighborhoods have. I'm gonna ask.
I'm not really sure about that.
Nope, dud. The guy said, yeah, maybe the greenhouse, maybe the garage. I don't remember context though. I'm gonna go through, these have asterisks next to it, so I'm supposed to ask more questions about those. I'm gonna check out the Leech Lady answer.
He said that I leech thoughts from people, suck them right out of their heads. And I can put thoughts in there too. I'm not that clever though, am I, Doctor? I mean, it's not as if I was having an affair with Ron and Agnes was in the way and needed to disappear. So I made this story up. I mean, what do you think I do for a living anyway?
Are you a psychic vampire?
No, I can't really answer that.
What do you think I do for a living anyway? That was bold in the captions. I think you foster cats.
That sounds like something I should know about. But I don't.
Ah! She believes she reads minds? Do you read minds?
Sorry, I've not heard anything about that.
She's a stripper.